Hi, my name is Daniel Henry. I live in District 14, and my address is on file. I'm going to make this quick because I know a lot of people have been staying here for a long period of time, but I had no idea what I was going to say when I come up here. I think a lot of people, and I don't think you need to really see the audience right now because there is none. A lot of people will be able to see the reactions that a lot of this council received on the news tonight and tomorrow morning. But to say I'm disappointed would be an understatement. I think a lot of people have acted in good faith to try to move this ball forward. I'm looking forward to what the school board comes up with tomorrow morning and votes out next week. But I just would like to remind this council, a lot of which that I worked very hard to try to get elected, is the fact that the 7 school board members that sent you this resolution on May 2nd are elected by the same people that elected you. Their districts are larger than yours. They represent more people than you. They approve and have to deal with a budget that's larger than yours. I think they acted in good faith to try to come up with a solution. I know a lot of people in this council disagree with that. That's perfectly your right to do so. But just the optics of this, I just cannot underscore how horrible this looks. And we all want to come to a solution that is beneficial to everyone. But the way that this council has gone about it truly does not set you guys off to a good start. I know a lot of you want to do a lot of things in the next 4 years. Some of you in your first terms, some of you are in your second terms, and you have a lot of legacy issues that you want to accomplish. And you have a lot of things on the horizon that are going to come up to this council even before the end of the year. But to start it with this sour note, honestly, I think it makes your job a lot more difficult. And if you want to see a lot of angry teachers, open your newspaper tomorrow morning because you're going to see it. And you have a job to do. The school board is going to work its will. They're an independent elected body just like you are. They're going to make a decision that's in the best interest of their board, which is in their right to do so. And you're going to have to be right back up here in a month, next week, next year, and deal with the same issues. They're not going to go away. And the anger, I can't underscore this, the anger that you have seen in this council to the point you had to throw everybody out to deal with it is not going to go away, and that's not going to be washed away, and you have to deal with this issue in the open, where everyone can truly understand where you're coming from. I know a lot of people have a lot of concerns, but it's not well understood. Thank you.
Jack Rowan.
Hello, my name is Jack Rowan. I'm at 2618 Dahlonega Drive. It kind of feels at this point like the students of Duval County have just been abandoned. We are sitting in schools that are falling apart. We have ACs that don't work. We have buildings that are actually falling apart, blocking exits. We have rooms that don't have even a spot that kids can go for safety if, God forbid, something were to ever happen in the school. That's just stuff that I see. Stuff that I see at my school. I have one of the good schools. One of the schools that isn't a problem school. It's Fletcher High School. There's tons of schools in this district who have it far worse than I do. And the vote to withdraw feels like an abandonment of all of us. It feels like a sign that says this council does not care about what we are and the conditions we are in. They just wish to continue political gains. I've heard several counselors mention over the course of the debate about the idea of per pupil funding. That is not the solution to this. Not even our public schools are receiving per pupil funding from this tax. For instance, at the beaches, Jacksonville Beach Elementary and Seabreeze Elementary have almost equal enrollments. They're less than 20 students in between them. Jackson Beach Elementary is getting $4.8 million from this, while Seabreeze is getting $20.2 million from this. We're not assigning, or the school board did not assign these dollar amounts because we want to spread it around per pupil. We did it because of need. And then, I feel kind of speechless tonight. You know, the lady before me, who came before me, said that we're not surprised. I walked into this meeting by feeling like this was the result I was going to see. That I was going to see this council push the students of Duval County to the back burner. And yet it still hurts. It still hurts to know that 14 members said that we don't think that this is an issue that we should solve without throwing any strings on it. A lot that's happened here is just from political strings being put on it, and it should stop now. Thank you.
James Tilley.
Good evening. My name's James Tilley, and I live at 6000 San Jose Boulevard in Lakewood. My wife and I are retired, but we've been here 30 years, and we have no children. So we are folks that wouldn't benefit directly from what is proposed for the tax, but we think it was important to support it. We're willing to pay it. I came here tonight to encourage a vote this year on this proposal. As I shared with Councilwoman Cumber last week, that I believe that the taxpayers are astute enough to render a judgment on this issue. It's unclear to me and to others that I know why City Council believes that you need to protect us from ourselves, which apparently you do. City Council would be better expend its energy with respect to focusing on JEA moving forward and allow this vote to happen and just get that off the table and focus on JEA. There's a high level of mistrust that hasn't been lifted tonight. Both the mayor and the CEO of JEA have advised the public that a sale was not an option, but now we find there's an aggressive sale solicitation process underway. I can assure you that with McKinsey, JP Morgan, and the senior team at JEA, subject to substantial monetary benefits from a sale, that this process will not go well. I come away from this meeting tonight believing that this group, with a couple of exceptions as individuals, is thoroughly unequipped to deal with issues such as this, because if we can't get through the sales tax issue, which really didn't require a decision on your part, all it did was allow this to go to a vote. If you can't deal with this, God help us with JEA. And I'm looking at each one of you, because this was a very weak performance tonight, and the group out there agrees. Thank you.
Eunice Barnum. Hey.
Eunice Barnum, and my address is on file. It is stupid, but this is what you do most times anyway, to have someone come up and talk about something you've already voted on. Stupid. Nevertheless, as I sat here and I went through the agenda, 32 items requested by the mayor. How many of those did you withdraw? I looked through here, 7 requests from the sheriff. How many of those did you withdraw? You sit here and you fail our children. Some of you been here before. You sat there on your behinds and you failed the children. And your new ones come in and you sit here and you fail them yet again. What about the children with your old grown selves? What about the children? All of these schools are sitting in your districts. The school board has districts, and you too have districts. What do you think you do? The schools are in your districts. They are your responsibility too. You are to provide for the needs of our community. Read. Do you know how? Can you read? Did they fail you too in third grade? Do you know how to read what your duties are? Read, I say.